No boof shit. No mids. Don't be a Chad. Look out now.
You know.
Behind the scene with Giddy Up.
And we're back. It's like when all this craziness blows over, right? And toilet paper is readily available for you. There's only so much of it you could wipe your ass with it, right? What's the first thing you plan to do?
I wanted to have a big ass barbecue.
Yeah,
Like maybe at your place. Come out and get a smoker, like weed, some beer, and just have people together and socialize.
yeah, man. Because it's coming up on that season. Some of us are all looking at losing their, their whole summers. It's crazy because one of the things that, like all these parents that are at home with their children now, right? Like you, how is that? Because me and Gabby are gonna have our first son in May, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I hear my friends because now that we're having a kid, I'm a little more
aware
of what my friends that have kids are going through. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because I'm like trying to prepare some shit. What's it like, dude, being trapped at home with all the kids all the time?
Man, like my day to day is still like the same. Like I'm playing games, playing with kids, or I'm out working. So like Ashley is the one that's had to deal with it, and we can all tell it's taking a toll on her. Like dealing with Violet and Jackson all day long. Like so like when you first have your kid, like that kid's always there, right? And so when they get to about 5 or 6, they start going to school, and so you'll have like that break. Like, oh, I'm kind of sad because my kid's gone. I'm used to him being here all day, but whenever that kid's home all the time, when you're used to them going to school, it's just go dig a hole and stand in it for like 4 hours. Just leave me alone so I can cook this. Like
this food you're gonna bitch about eating.
Yeah. So there's a lot of stress on people and everyone for like kids being home. A lot of people like daycares and stuff. I don't know, like the whole coronavirus and the way people are reacting to it. It's like it's difficult life right now for a lot.
Have you done any fun family quarantine activities?
No, I saw some stuff about TikTok, man. I'm not down with that.
Yeah, I'm too old for TikTok, I think. Me and Gabby painted a painting.
I saw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So our first quarantine date, I had gotten some birdhouses a while back that I had just seen. I was like, like those are Bearwood birdhouses. I bet she'd like to paint those. So I grabbed them. Then I broke out 2 birdhouses, and we got to paint our own little birdhouses for the birds this year.
Yeah.
So I think there's some pretty interesting ways people are trying to take advantage of this quarantine time.
I took Jackson to the gun range because apparently gun ranges are still essential, and I'm so happy about it. But that's they still practice social distancing, so like you can only have every other slot, and so
don't try to shoot the virus.
Yeah, you can't do that. But no, it was nice to get Jackson out of the house and give Ashley a little bit of a break. So that's what we went and did. I mean, that's
because you can't go to movies.
No.
You got to really search for the fun things to do, and
you got to sit at home and watch Tiger King,
right? I think that's the only thing that's been keeping this country together.
Yep.
Is their all utter fascination for Oklahoma's own Tiger King, Exotic Joe.
Well, everyone's
Joe
thinking
Exotic.
It could be worse. I could be
one of those guys
on that documentary.
I want to say this: there are no heroes in that show.
No.
There are no good guys. If you're watching that show looking for a good guy, you're not going to find one.
No.
Yeah, it doesn't represent everybody in Oklahoma. Just the ones outside Oklahoma City.
Outside the metro.
Outside the metro.
Yeah.
And not everyone, just about every other one, has a little bit of flair here in Oklahoma. But
I don't know who's cutting those people's hair.
I think they're cutting it themselves. That's part of the issue. We're just joshing. People from Oklahoma are great. I think that's why we've taken the coronavirus with such an easy stride here, is because every year in Oklahoma during the month of May, we go through storm season.
Yeah, it's
And storm season in Oklahoma, there's every year there's almost something that's a tragedy. And we're used to pulling together behind stuff like that and taking care of each other. And, some other states it looks like are kind of, almost forgetting that, like that's how it works. But here in Oklahoma, we're reminded every year, that sometimes all you got's your neighbor,
dude, I swear it looks like civil war or feels like civil war in like some other states where there's like high density populations and these people are like fighting each other and attacking each other over this. And here it's like this is normal, man. Like we're
Right.
here for one another and
Yeah. And if you don't have some, well, we can definitely find somebody to get you some. Like,
that's the thing people always say about Oklahoma too. Like I talked with Amanda. I was like, so I love Oklahoma. I'm like, everyone that says that like moves here is younger, like from California. Like Oklahoma sucks. There's nothing to do. But when you get to like 30s and you move out here, it's awesome because everyone's nice and patient and like
yeah, it's and personable.
Yeah.
Like all my friends that have moved out here, that have moved out from like higher densely populated areas, they're like, dude, Oklahoma's dope. Like, plenty of space, nobody bugs you. Like, cost of living's amazing. I think it's reasons like that this pandemic that's going on is one of the big reasons. Like, I'm glad I wasn't going through this in Hollywood.
oh yeah.
Going through all this in a 700 square foot apartment with my with Gabby, it'd be a nightmare. Hellacious nightmare. So shout out to all those people out in LA and other large metro areas that are cooped up in a little spot, close living. Hang in there, man. Hang in there. I think this will all be over. When do you think it's going to end?
I think we'll start seeing some raise of the practices that we've become accustomed to in probably a couple weeks, probably a week and a half, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I think they'll start seeing like some of the reopening some of the non-essential stuff, because businesses are suffering, man. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, you're essential here, but as far as like there's so many businesses. Like, my brother Nick works at a barber shop, and it's like, no go. But
Yeah.
now he's at home, not making any money and stuff. So it's
Yeah.
like we need to relieve some of that.
Definitely. The impact on small businesses has been, insane. And I see it a lot in what people have going on. And I've been in a business where, all of a sudden you didn't have customers anymore, like through no fault of your own. And, it doesn't take but a couple of weeks of that to really put a company under. They're saying, I heard early talks of potentially 30% unemployment in the United States.
Really?
Yeah. I traveled to Spain, but I want to say that it's like 20% unemployment over there. It was like 1 in 5, 1 in 6 people were unemployed or something like that.
Damn.
And it was devastating, like you see a lot of people over there that you could tell weren't poor a couple of years ago that, are standing on the street corner literally selling individual beers like to tourists and shit.
Take care of your people, man.
Hopefully we bring a lot of these jobs home. Hopefully this shows how powerful a tool the federal legalization of recreational and medical cannabis can be when it comes about covering the cost of this money that has now just flooded out of our system due to this. Like we really need to be open to new ways to fill our coffers. And I think a national legalization of cannabis with a small reasonable tax, for recreational would generate a lot of business and would give us a lot of money to put towards the relief of COVID-19. Something to think about. Call your congressman. Call your congressman. Call your congressman. That's all you can do is call your congressman. If they don't hear from you, then it's just a good idea on a podcast. Oh man,
I guess I'll be a couch activist and start doing something.
that's
about
it. Don't be a couch activist. You know, get up, get out, let them know. We'll be right back.
Behind the Scene with Giddy Up. Follow the podcast live on Twitch, Facebook, and Instagram. Give us a thumbs up on YouTube and subscribe to our channel. Giddy Up brings you the latest news and information from the people that are behind the scene. Music, weed, and just about everything else. We're industry professionals. Hash it out with a true pioneer in the art of extraction.
Produced by Red Plains Media.